Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, I said during my live stream a couple of days ago that I would look at doing the Inferno Missions and possibly stream it. Well, I decided to sit down and give them a serious try, and it wasn't as hard as I was expecting them to be. Now, I do want to talk about some things regarding the Inferno Missions and all that, so yeah. It's going to be a little different than some of the other videos I do, because most of the time I'll either, pre-write a script, talk about it, and then record the video after to fit it, or I'll do a live stream. This time I'm just going to have the game playing while I'm talking at the same time, and hopefully keep it coherent. Now, this is the main build that I currently use day in and day out. So you can just see its stats there. It just has just under 30k shot attack. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know, it seems to be some kind of short caused by that one specific audio cable. Anyway, it's not a big deal, everything's back now, so that'll be pretty much the only cut in this video, I think. Now, on to what I was getting to. So, as you can see, this is a relatively beefy machine. I've seen a lot of people that already have like 38,000 shot attack and things like that. Now, if I tried to tackle the Inferno mission with this, I wouldn't do so hot. The thing is, with the Inferno mission in particular, is you should be pushing about 40k of your primary offensive stat, and the only reason I say that is, well, you know what, I'll get into that when it's because there's a specific enemy that's kind of a pain to deal with, at least in the ones we currently have. So, anyways, so this is my daily driver. Now, when I wanted to do the extreme missions, I made 2 modifications. Well, I guess technically 3. First one is I equipped the Extreme Gundam arms here, and on the back, I also equipped at least I believe it was the back I used as well. Yeah, the full burst. Now, I'm not going to equip those because there's really not much of a point until later, because I want to kind of show something to you guys here. So you may know that the specific event itself says that you get a boosted parameters, or you get boosted parameters for using certain Gunpla parts here. If you read the official news notice, it is actually, and I believe I can access it from here to show you guys the in-game information. Yes, here we go. So when you use at least 2 parts from either the Eclipse F or the Reganlays Julia, or like a mix, you get a 50% multiplier to your machine. Now here's the thing, right? So if I went to skill hack mode right now, and I went to the Inferno difficulty mission, right? I have 29,000 shot attack. I may be able to do some denting damage, but it would take a very long time to clear it. Now if I go to the build screen here, and I make those couple of modifications I pointed out before, Extreme Gundam goes here, the Exabac goes here, where is he? There you is. And then I set the shield, I don't know, I'll just use a unicorn shield again, because that's pretty easy to, bring some nice stats too. Okay, so we'll do that. So, as you can see, my shot attack has dropped. I'm now at 28k. Not a terrible drop, but a drop nonetheless. But if I go back to the event, you'll see my shot attack has seen, substantial boost is putting it very nicely. I'm now at 42k shot attack. So here's the thing. You don't need to roll the gacha parts if your machine already has a significant amount of your offensive stat. However, if you are lacking, like if you don't have 35k or so, you probably will need to obtain a couple of the new gacha parts to be able to clear these comfortably. I'm not saying it's impossible. In no way am I saying it's impossible. I'm just saying for the majority of players that play this casually, maybe they're not that great at the controls, you name it, you're probably going to want to pick this up. Now, you are able to use skip tickets. As you can see, the sortie with ticket button is lit up. So if I wanted to, I could just skip the mission. Therefore, you only really have to clear this once, maybe twice, depending on how you decide to approach things. So let's actually hop into it here. I don't care if I actually win or lose because I get the AP back if I lose, and if I win, cool. I'll show you my strategy that I employed when I ran this mission, because there is a little bit of strategy involved, and it'll become very apparent. So on the first wave, you're greeted with I believe it's a Zeta Gundam, and then there's another Gundam in the far back. So we'll spawn. So there's, oh no, it's a Reborn, it's cool. So we'll shoot, we'll kill it, not a big deal. And I'm not going to be rushing this time, because I'm going to take my time to explain it. And there's the backup machine. So you can see the damage I'm doing with the 42k, right? It's healthy. Second wave. The Yami Shogun has to be killed first, because he charges you. And if you let him get too close, he will open up in a melee combo. And I don't know if you saw that or not, but he threw something at me to mini-stun me before he did anything. Now it is very easy to kill him for me, you know, I just backdash a little bit and I can get him, but this is why you don't want to let him get close. It's not really a big deal on this wave, mind you, right? That was nothing, who cares? The problem is on the next wave, and you'll see what I mean. So let me just kill these two guys here real fast. Let's get some shot buff up. By the way, I love that EX skill, it looks really cool. Okay. So, Wave 2. Now here's where it gets really difficult. So you have a Zeta Gundam, a Reborn's Gundam, and the Yami Shogun. If you don't kill the Shogun very quickly, he will jump your bones and kill you, the Zeta will chain you, and Reborns will kill you with his giant laser. Once you've killed Shogun though, you can literally just do this, just kite. This is all you now have to do as a shot machine, is just keep going in this backwards diagonalish pattern until it dies, and you can just finish off the fight. So, pretty much an order of operations here, at least for my strategy when I was running Inferno, is kill the Shogun, kill the kiting boss, and then kill the Reborns. The Reborn's not even a threat, really, so you don't have to worry about that. Just don't get hit. That's all it comes down to with the Reborn's laser. Now, we're going to do that again, and I'm going to show you what happens if you accidentally let the Shogun get too close for whatever reason. On the last wave. Anyways, on the second wave it's not that big of a deal. He can still kill you, of course, but he's not nearly as much of a threat on wave 2 as he is on wave 3. Yeah, he's an absolute savage on wave 3, putting it into words. Yeah, it's really easy to get the cripple stuns as well with this much damage output, which helps. That can actually be the make or break for a lot of these. Okay. Yeah, and you don't want to use Special Shot on the Shogun because he moves very quickly and has super armor, as you can see here. In general, this is a relatively easy Inferno as long as you have the damage prerequisite to actually kill him. But yeah, as you can see, you let him trap you in a corner, you let him get too close, Yami Shogun will just straight up remove you from play. He doesn't care. It's vicious. Okay, so last wave. Also, your EX skills hit like wet potatoes here, so I guess wet noodles. Potato damage hit like wet noodle, there we go. So, final wave. If I let the Shogun get too close, for whatever reason, you know, fire off a shot or something, and I let him get close, as you can see, he does more damage in here, and you don't get hit frames, so the boss will just chain you to death. So, but yeah, overall, the Inferno mission, I feel, once you kind of figure out how it works, is very simple to clear, but you do need to have that prerequisite stat ceiling, otherwise you're going to take too long to kill the Shogun, he'll gap close, and he will just slap you around. If you have ways to alleviate that, you should have no problem at all. However, if you're looking for a very easy clear, you just want to get your 7 attribute tickets, you just want to get your attribute, like you just want to clear it, get it over with and get the rewards, I 100% recommend running this with the boosted parts. It makes your life a lot easier. You still do need a decent statted machine to begin with, but as you can see, the 50% makes a big difference. Anyways, so my thoughts on the Inferno difficulty in general. I like that they added a higher difficulty mode to the game. I find that it is a very welcome change of pace. A lot of people have said they've had issues with the EX missions recently, And that's fine, everyone has problems, with different things. But I think that them adding this extremely high difficulty is like a smooth move. My sole issue with it, and it is actually just a single issue I have, is that the boosted Gunpla parts are only on the rate up, and once the next week rolls around, it changes to the next rate up suits. If they had set this up so it was random parts, like welfare parts or things like that, or if you remember, back when they did that special arena where you needed to have the Gundam head, and they gave everybody a free Gundam head, or whatever part that was, or Zaku head, it was the Zaku head, that was really cool, right? And they did the same thing, boosted parts if you're running gun tank treads or something like that, and they give everyone free treads. We'd see some really cool builds running out on the field, and I think it would open up the doors a lot more for players to feel like this is more accessible. Because as it is right now, you have to roll a decent amount on the gacha, 2 to 3 rolls, unless you're really lucky and get, 2 to 3 parts on your first roll, because remember, you need at least 2 for the multiplier. So you need to roll a decent amount of Haro each week in order to keep up with the Inferno difficulty. You need to already have a high statted suit, which is fair. It is endgame, technically endgame content, so locking it off to brand new players is fair. I just don't like that they've locked a easy progression path through this, the most effective way of doing this, behind the gacha. Now, to obviously be fair about things, we will be able to clear this without ever having to roll the gacha very soon. But then they may add something like Inferno Plus or something like that, in which you need at minimum a full 6-star suit, to think about attempting it. And in order to clear, Inferno Plus, you probably would still need a gacha part or 2. Anyways, I like the Inferno mission. It was fun. Figuring out how everything worked was lots of fun. And, yeah. My entire strategy guide to everyone is straight up kill the Yami Shogun first, and the rest of it is very easy. And if you're not able to kill it within a reasonable amount of time, then yeah, that's pretty much it. You just kind of need to polish up, come back later, or try something else. But yeah, don't use special shot, because they all have super armor, so they ignore flinch. So if you do use a special shot on the Shogun, he may just walk up, hit you, and just chain you into a skill. That won't be good. And obviously don't use it on the Zeta in the last phase either, because again, super armor, and he has a lot of long range EX skills on him. So he will nuke your face. Anyways, so I feel like this is a pretty good way to handle a video. I'm not really gonna have to sit for too long in the editing software. That's my biggest thing, is I don't like sitting in edit after recording and everything and working on it for 6-7, well, not 6-7 hours, more like 3 to 4 hours, but that's still just way too long considering I finish my recording mostly at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Anyways, that's just me griping. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you are able to clear the Inferno with these few tips that I've given you. And yeah, peace out. I'll see you in the next video.